Day trading, a fantastic concept, isn't it? We all want to day trade, participate, understand the volatility, and then make profits. But we should understand that day trading is not a cup of tea which everyone can have. So, what is required for this most fascinating and interesting concept of trading, which is called day trading, as you all have heard of? So, what you need is some kind of plan. You need some amount of discipline so that you are able to actually manage your trade better. Then you need kind of risk management so that you don't bust your capital, because we all have limited capital, right? And if you want to ensure that you have a positive expectancy, well, do you all know what is positive expectancy? Positive expectancy is not making profit, say maybe trade by trade, or at the end of the day, or even at the end of the week, or even at the end of the month. It is how you turn profitable at the end of every year, so that you are considered as a profitable trader. To ensure that you achieve this objective, we have designed this webinar, and Dr. C.K. Narayan has beautifully illustrated how you should plan your trade, how you should execute with his proprietary methods, and at the end of the day, ensure that you are profitable year after year. So with that, I take you on to the webinar. Enjoy the webinar and participate in the markets. Thank you.
Thank you, Raja, for that introduction. You said some intuitive words about day trading, which I may want to, reiterate. Let me just put on the video feed for a short while so that you're able to attach a face to the voice, as it were. And I won't keep this on for too long because I'm told that videos hog a little bit of bandwidth, and therefore it doesn't seem too prudent to keep it on for the full time of the session. Nevertheless, as we begin the session, a few words. Winning the day trading game is the topic of today's webinar. It is a topic which is rather close to many people's heart, mainly because day trading seems to be the utopian desire of many a person who comes into the stock market. I say it is utopian because many people come into it thinking that it is possible and leave without realizing that particular dream. So to them it seems like utopia. But for those who are able to go through those four requirements which Raja enumerated, specifically knowledge, skill, capitalization, and discipline. Those who are able to build on these four items, I think, will realize their utopian dream of becoming successful day traders. Now, question is, do you really want to be a successful day trader? You might be wondering what sort of a question is that. I have enrolled for this program, haven't I? That itself should say that I'm interested in becoming a successful day trader. You see, enrolling for a course is one thing. Doing what the course asks you to do is quite another. Persisting with what is told in that course is yet another aspect. Sustaining those habits through time, forever, is also another issue. Many people, if you take a poll around in the market, they will all say that day trading is a waste of time. Maybe it is to a lot of people, I don't dispute it. But for those who are serious about it, it most certainly is not a waste of time. It's a means of making some fantastic living. It's a means of being completely in control of your business. It's a means of living without fear of overnight gaps, overnight events. It's a means of ending whatever you did at 3:30 p.m. and then not really think about it too much until the following day. I don't think there are very many professions out there in the world which offer the great advantages of being a day trader. It's a fantastic way of keeping yourself busy, keeping yourself informed, keeping yourself apprised of the latest developments, keeping your brain very sharp, keeping your faculties fully exercised, being in control of your risk, which I would think permeates into the rest of your personality, into your life as well. Having enough spare time with you to devote to your family, to your children, to your friends, in short, to enjoy the other pleasures that life holds out for you. I think very few professions in the world can really boast of all of these, not to speak of a very, very decent amount of money that could be made doing day trading. One of the arguments against day trading is that you don't get to make too much money. People are fond of quoting Warren Buffett and Peter Lynch from overseas examples, and Warren, the local varieties like, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and so, and say, look at those guys, they are the titans, they are the icons. And these are the people making money. Show me a day trader who makes money or who has built wealth. Well, my riposte to that is that day traders who make a very decent living for themselves are seldom featured in the press or on television or in the print media, nor do they advertise their wares far too much. They just sit quietly and make a hell of a lot of money. And they are content to do that mainly because the market has a lot of money to offer. It only dependent on how smart we are, how skilled we are, how disciplined we are to take that money and keep it for ourselves. So don't sneeze at day trading. If somebody sneezes at it while you are working at it, I would just say ignore them. Let them hold their view. It makes absolutely no difference to you. What somebody thinks about this line of work is really completely irrelevant. I would go as far as saying that in their heart of hearts, they would actually be envying you. But they cannot do it. And when most people cannot do it, they would rather put something down rather than accept that they are not in a position to do it. So I really wouldn't knock day trading. I wouldn't be apologetic about it. I find lots of day traders are apologetic about it. Some time ago, somebody asked me, and we were having a discussion on being a professional trader. I told him that from that day onwards, whenever somebody asks him, what do you do? I said the answer that you should give to others should be that I am a professional trader of the stock markets or whatever financial market you are. Feel proud to say it. What is wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. People hide the fact that they are doing day trading. There's nothing to hide. I'm surprised and sometimes amazed at the lengths that people will go to portray themselves as being not a trader, when at heart and in practice that is really what they are doing. Why should you be apologetic about it at all? So that's my take on the subject matter which we are going to handle. I want you to have a very positive thought about this particular endeavor that you are probably engaging in. Some of you may want to do this full time. Some of you may want to do this for a living. Others may be doing it to pass the time. Somebody is doing it to just have some fun. Whatever it is that you're setting out to do with it, that is what you will achieve. But whatever your end desires in terms of this particular area of the market, it goes without saying that knowledge and skill are absolutely necessary to be in a position to win this game. And today's webinar, as well as tomorrow, this 2-day webinar is all about imparting to you some knowledge and some skill sets about this business of day trading. I have been in the market for about 37 years now, and a very, very large percentage of it I have spent being a trader. I still trade the markets, I still day trade the markets, I swing traded, I positional traded, I short term invested, I long term invested, I wear all sorts of hats. But through the years, I know for a fact that the skill sets which are required for each of those are different. Today, what we are going to talk about is skill sets required for winning the day trading game. This may be partly fungible into other areas, but then keep your mind on day trading and look at it purely from that angle. All right. With that, let us go into the subject as it were, and I shall now put off the video portion and we shall switch to the PPT portion for the rest of the presentation. In and through the presentation, anytime you have a difficulty, please feel free to type on the chat, and Raja or the other people who are around will, okay, straight away there is a query. Give me a moment to check what it is. Okay, nothing very serious. It's easily answered by the person concerned. I think fairly minor matter. All right, let's move on to the subject matter. Now, what does day trading really involve? First of all, it involves addressing intraday data, for which some software would most definitely be desirable. I'm starting out with this because I find that many people who are into day trading are somehow greatly reluctant to part with money for buying software. This you do at your own peril. Please understand and realize that if you scrimp on the tools of the trade, you will find the going a lot more difficult. You'll find your learning curve a lot more longer, the pathway full of several more stumbling blocks, your knowledge and awareness about what is happening fairly limited. I suggest all these are severe impediments at successful day trading. So get hold of intraday data and software. I'll have a little more to say as we go along. You need to know how to set up your monitors, the screen. Here, of course, I am assuming you will have the software, etc. You need to know how to set up the screen. If you do not have intraday data software, you don't have the monitors and screen setting, you're really playing this game blind. And this is not Teen Patti, that you can play blind and have some fun and don't care whether you make some money or lose it. Then you're just playing your luck. If you want to play your luck, I would strongly suggest you go and do it elsewhere and not really try your hand at the stock markets. It's not a place to exercise or check how lucky you are in life. Okay. Chart settings are necessary, and we also need to look at options. People think that they are day trading, they don't need to look at options. I will give you a reason why we need to look at options. Okay, now moving on, monitors and screen settings. This is what I would suggest. You must have a minimum of 2 monitors of the size of about 21 inch. Larger the better, you know. On one monitor, you should have all the price statistics. By price statistics, I mean you should have, a market watch list which gives you all the, let's say, as a day trader, you'll be predominantly trading futures. That is my presumption here. And you should have a list of all the futures. You should have a list of active B group stocks or the stocks which are moving, and you should have a list of gainer losers. There should be something which will tell you where is other statistics of the market. All this can be grouped onto one particular screen, and on the other screen, the second monitor, you should have all the charts, so that at one glance on the 2 monitors you are able to take in all the necessary data. Now, the reason that I am insisting or kicking off with this as the first requirement is that day trading is all about absorbing the maximum amount of information in the shortest possible time, right? If you remember Wall Street, Gordon Gekko, some of you might have seen that movie. Gordon Gekko says in Wall Street that information is the most prized commodity while trading. I don't think a truer statement has been made. Now, we cannot get information about every stock which is going to move. So what is the next best thing? The price of the day captures all information that is known in the market. And therefore, through the medium of our intraday data and software, and by way of the charts as well as the price statistics, we will be able to get price related information either as price statistics or in the form of charts, and that is the information which shall empower us to deal with the markets on an aggressive basis that is required if you want to be day traders. Okay, so that is why 2 monitors are the minimum. Then we need to have a definite way of reading the price list. For example, all the futures. What I suggest is to have 2 such price lists. I'll show you the snapshot of the window that's the kind of window that I also use every day to track the markets. I would say have 2 market watches of the same set of stocks, that is the futures. You sort one at about 15 minutes past the open, okay, and leave it at that. Now, certain software, some of you might be using some software already. In that software, it could be set at a kind of dynamic sort where the gainers are always sort of coming up at the top. If you have a default setting for dynamic sorting, please uncheck that. Make it a manual sorting and leave it at that. I'll tell you why we need to do that, so that it can give you an idea, right? Now, the other one would be a normal list, which we can keep sorting to see the changes as they happen through the day. Now, the one which you sorted at 9:30 and leaving it fixed till the end of the day, that is where you will look for changes during the day, and this is what will throw up day trading candidates for you. You must know where the action is happening. That's very critical, and this is one of the easiest way. I'll elaborate on this in the next slide. All right. Okay, have a list of B group stocks that are in action, because it's not just futures that you trade. There are lots and lots of mid cap and small cap stocks that can also be traded for the day, because you get moves ranging from 1 or 2% all the way to 15 and 20% in many of these B group stocks, and such chances that day trading should never be allowed to let slip through your fingers. So trading in small cap and mid cap stocks is as much an action area for day traders as is trading in futures. Don't just think that day trading means trading only in futures. If you're day trading, then it is presumed that you will not be carrying forward your trade. Then why should you get into the futures and trade a substantially large amount of quantity? Now, this is going to become particularly a problem from November, right? When the notional value of the contract is going to go up from 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs, and the lot sizes are all going to get revised substantially higher. So you need to be thinking about trading these stocks in cash, and you're going to square up anyway at the end of the day. And therefore, think of it in the B group itself. I'm calling it B group because I'm from the old school, and we are very, very used to segmenting the market as A group and B group stocks. Uh, Newer players to the market, small cap, mid cap, etc. But non-future stocks is what I'm referring to as B group. All right, within that, again, more statistics, looking for block deals, stocks that move with large volumes, stocks hitting upper or lower circuits. You can define technical setups and look at what is firing within that technical setup. All this will be on the statistic page, right? All this needs to come on one of the monitors, right? And then further, what else to look at? Have a list of index options. And I've written there what is the reason why we should look at index options. Lots of professional trading is happening these days. Lots of machine trading is happening in these days. Huge amounts of volumes is going into this. So therefore, the movement in options, particularly near the money options, give you an idea about how the professional traders are thinking and acting.